And we begin this evening with an investigation underway after a deadly hit-and-run accident in Jefferson County last night. Authorities have identified the victim as Oscar Moore, who they said was hit and killed. The driver is believed to have fled the scene. And if you or anyone you know has any information, you are urged to contact the Pine Bluff Police Department. And we have an update concerning the homicide in Beebe. A suspect is now in police custody. They have been taken into the White County Detention Center. And as we previously reported on Friday afternoon, 911 received a call from a resident who found a neighbor who died at a residence. Beebe police responded to the scene once they arrived, determining if it was a homicide. Stay with us as we learn more information about the suspect in this case. And the investigation into the abduction of Nancy Guthrie intensifies as investigators focus on DNA found on a glove discovered about 2 miles from her home. Andreas Gutierrez has the latest as the search for the mother of today's show co-anchor Savannah Guthrie enters its 3rd week.
It's now more than 2 weeks after Nancy Guthrie was snatched from her home in the middle of the night. Federal and local authorities are chasing leads, sorting through thousands of tips, and testing DNA in the desperate hope of finding Guthrie and whoever took her.
There has been no sign of life, but I'm going to tell you, too, there's been no sign of death.
Officials have processed fingerprints and DNA evidence, including a glove found on a side of a road near Guthrie's home.
The FBI says the glove appears to match those worn by a masked man outside her front door on the night she disappeared. Authorities say the suspect caught on camera appears to be 5'9" to 5'10" with an average build, and at the same time wearing a black Ozark Trail hiker backpack like the one shown in these photos.
That's really what we're focused on. We've got to find that guy. Right now, he's who we want. Somebody out there knows who this is.
The backpack is sold exclusively at Walmart. Sources tell CBS News law enforcement officials reviewed video at this Walmart location in Tucson. Late Friday night, law enforcement flooded a neighborhood about 2 miles away from Nancy Guthrie's home to execute a search warrant at this residence, and they towed a Range Rover from a nearby restaurant parking lot. No one was arrested. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Tucson, Arizona.
And last night, Simone, we got a lot of much needed rain. I'm joined by meteorologist Simone Thomas. And Simone, what does the rest of the weekend look like? Are we finished with the rain?
For right now, we're finished with the rain, and we're pushing a lot of those clouds out of here as we go through the rest of the evening. Of course, we're getting closer to the sunset, so visible satellite is starting to go dark after a number of hours in this run. But you see the trend of those clouds moving out of here. That has allowed temperatures to warm up more than we saw yesterday. We did get over the 60-degree mark in the capital city, but of course, we're starting to cool now, already down to 59 degrees. As we continue through the evening, pushing the rest of those clouds out of here, but after 3 o'clock, after midnight, those wind speeds are calming down, and after 3, we're going to see some areas of dense fog develop across the state. At this moment, we don't have a dense fog advisory in effect, but it's likely between now and 10 o'clock the National Weather Service will issue one. So we'll talk more about that later tonight at 10, but here's a look at some of that fog developing through your morning rush hour, and it'll break down by tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk more about the rest of the week later on, so make sure you stick around.
Well, thank you, Simone. The partial government shutdown appears to not have set a deadline. This coming as the federal lawmakers remain divided on DHS oversight. The shutdown started yesterday after both congressional Democrats and President Donald Trump were unable to reach a deal to fund the department through September. Democrats are pushing for immigration reform, including body cameras and judicial warrants. This comes after the death of Renee Good and Alex Preddy last month in Minneapolis. TSA is expected to be impacted with workers not receiving pay.
We're talking, but you know, we have to protect law enforcement. Blue cities are the cities that are unsafe, so we have to protect our law enforcement.
Why is it that ICE agents who are untrained are being unleashed on American communities with this type of lawlessness, violence, and brutality?
Congress remains on recess until February 23rd, one day before the State of the Union. And the State Department is planning to form a new bureau to respond to disasters and provide humanitarian aid. It comes months after the Trump administration eliminated U.S. aid, moving some of those responsibilities directly under the State Department's control. According to sources, efforts like disaster response work will be part of the new bureau. Questions remain surrounding staff and funding, and it's not clear yet when the bureau will officially open. Congress must still be notified before the reorganization is finalized. And the Department of Justice has sent Congress a list of politically exposed persons and the millions of files released related to its probes of sex-convicted offender Jeffrey Epstein. The DOJ sent the list in a 6-page letter Saturday. The names of many prominent figures appears in the files, regardless of the context, including presidents, cultural icons, business leaders, and government officials. Republican Representative Nancy Mace, a vocal ally of Epstein survivors, slammed the DOJ, claiming there are, quote, missing names on the list, enclosed this evening. And if you live in Central Arkansas and are looking to serve and protect your fellow Arkansans, this public service offer might be one for you. North Little Rock Police Department is hiring, and it's looking to add entry-level police. The starting salary is at more than $55,000. You must be a U.S. citizen and 21 years old at your starting date. A high school diploma or equivalent is required. Applications are being accepted now through March 20th.